To apply for a best IPO, there are basically two approaches. That is fundamental approach and listing day gains approach. Fundamental approach is basically a very tedious approach where one must know the corporate finance and also all the rules and regulations of the government as well as SEBI. And they also have to be very smart in analyzing the future growth of a company. So these things can only be done by an expert. So everyone can't do this, but please don't worry because both solutions have got a solution for this. Before starting the video, if you have missed the part 1 of the series, kindly stop here and go back and watch the part 1 of this video because the concept that we are explaining in this video requires the basics that we have explained in the part 1. So it makes more sense to you if you have seen the part 1 of this video. So the link of the video is provided in the description. Kindly watch it if you have not watched and then come back. So now let's start. Listing day gains approach. So it is actually one of the easiest approach and anyone can follow it. So before starting the concepts of this particular approach, I have a question for you. So shall I first start explaining the concepts of this approach, or shall I tell you the possible ways of doubling money in IPO? I think I can hear the answer. So let me explain the possible ways of doubling money in the IPO. Let's say a company named ABC issues its IPO and the price range for this IPO is, let's say, 150 rupees. So you apply for a lot, that is around 20 shares, and you get allotted with the shares. And the listing day, this particular stock opens in the exchange at 300 rupees. It's an absolute luck. Your money got doubled. You applied for 150, it got allotted, and now it is trading at 300 rupees. You sell off your money and get back your doubled profit. It's easy as you just imagine, that is doubling your money in IPO. But everything comes with a package. What if the same stock lists at 70 rupees instead of 300 rupees? So it's a straight away 50% loss. You lose 50% of your capital in just a matter of 7-10 days. So that is where the edge comes in. You have to know which particular IPO to apply. For that, we have to learn and completely memorize this concept of listing day gains approach. There are basically big players in the stock market. They are HNI, high net worth individuals, and QIB, qualified institutional buyers. So these are the people who have plenty of money with them. So this money, with too much of money, they don't usually take any risk. They have all type of well-equipped, talented, and intelligent people around them. They have kept them, and they do all the analysis. So why am I telling this? Is because when a company issues IPO and let's say they are issuing it for 100 shares, but the demand is for 1000 shares. So this is the scenario we have to look into, and when we see this kind of data, that is where we get in. So what we do after we get in? We get in and we check the data. We check the number of shares that are applied by HNI and as well as QIB. If in case the number of shares that these two categories have applied is very huge, then please come to a conclusion that these people just don't apply for shares blindfoldedly, because they do all the analysis. They are well equipped, and if they are actually applying, then it has to be a very good share. So this is the first point we have to remember under listing day gains approach, and this is about subscription data, and all this data you can actually get from the web. Next, the grey market premium. The concepts related to grey market will be explained in the further videos since it is quite time consuming. Now let's try to understand how to use this data in order to apply for best IPO. So let's say a company issues IPO and the grey market for that particular IPO is 10%. It means that the price range of a company is 100 rupees, but there are already buyers who are ready to buy the shares at 110 rupees. If in case you apply for the IPO and you get the allotment, then there are already buyers to buy your shares at 110 rupees. You have a prefixed profit of 10 rupees per share. So this is what grey market premium means. Now we have understood the concepts of listing day gains approach, that is subscription data, and other is concepts of grey market premium. So now we try to get the steps that we can follow to apply for an IPO using these concepts. The one is, first thing is you have to apply for a small IPOs, means the company raising small amount of money. If in case the company is already a very big company and they are raising 60,000 and 70,000 crores, I think it is not worth applying, because the probability of that company growing very big from here is very less. But if you apply for small companies whose entire company value is around 500 crores, then it is very much probable that the company can grow in the future and get into entire company value of 10,000 crores or 20,000 crores. So first thing is try to look into the amount the company is raising, and if it is raising around somewhere 1,000 crores or in thousands, not greater than 10,000, you can apply. And the second point is look at the subscription data till the last day of the application, and the subscription data should show more than 50x. 50x means let's say a company issues 100 shares in its IPO, but the demand is for 5,000 shares. That is 50x demand. So this 50x has to be in both FII category in the subscription data as well as QIB category. And the next point is you have to watch the grey market premium from the web till the last day of the application, and you have to notice how it is changing. So is the grey market premium increasing day by day or it is decreasing day by day? And finally, in the last day, it has to be more than 50% to apply for an IPO. So these are the steps you have to follow to apply for an IPO. Now we have got the strategy, the steps we have to follow to apply for the best IPO. But in the entire video, I have mentioned some data that has to be followed, and I have told you that it has to be viewed from the web. I know it is not an easy task to browse the web and get all this data, and it's quite hectic. For that problem, we have got the solution. The entire data which are essential to apply for an IPO. So we search from the web, we try to analyze it, and we publish in our Instagram page. So you don't have to do anything, just follow our page and we will give you regular updates on this data, and also will give you update on which IPO to apply. This was all about IPO. I hope I was able to convey all the concepts to the best of my knowledge. So, and also I have written a blog explaining all the concepts of IPO, and it is quite in detail. Kindly go through it, and the link for that is given in the description. I think you will get even more clear data. Going forward, we are starting a new series called as Basics of Stock Market. It's a series of 20 to 30 videos explaining all the basics concept of stock market. I hope it would be very much helpful for the beginners, and kindly don't miss it. So thank you so much for watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our social media handles. So thank you very much.